The Chicago Bears made a big boy move and traded for wide receiver Keenan Allen. We're going to jump into that and look into some of Keenan Allen's numbers. And also, Kevin Byard and DeAndre Swift were introduced to the Chicago Bears through press conference. We're going to take a look at those press conferences as well right after this.
Stand up or lay down and get smacked with the pole.
By this time, everybody on that roster should know what it means to beat the Packers. It's simple.
Oh, if I was a coach, Justin Fields would have been balling from day one.
Finally, I know a lot of Bears fans been wondering when was Ryan Poles going to address the actual holes in this team that we couldn't wait for free agency to come around so he could address. He didn't really address those, but he made a splash trade at the time of this. This is recorded Thursday night, actually, when the trade happened. So I'm a day late on this when y'all see this, but sent Chicago Bears, Ryan Poles sent a 4th round pick to the Los Angeles Chargers in return for Keenan Allen. Now, look, this move leaves the Bears with 4 picks now in the draft. We had 5 before this. Now we got 4. And our last pick of the draft is a 4th round pick. We had 2 fourth round picks. One we got from the Eagles last year when we traded from 9 to 10 and let them move up and take Jalen Carter. They gave us a 4th round pick for that. And we have our own 4th round pick. So the pick we traded was our own 4th round pick. So it's the higher pick of the 2. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Let's look at Keenan Allen's numbers from last season. Now, I know he's a little older, 31, 32 years old, but he's still a dog. 108 catches, 1,200 yards, 1,243 to be exact. 11.5 per catch. He has 7 touchdowns last season. 95.6 yards per game. He was almost a 100-yard receiver per game. He had 150 targets, 5 drops, 2 fumbles, and 1 loss. He also threw a 49-yard touchdown. He threw a touchdown last season. So this is a major move. You now address that wide receiver room by giving DJ Moore somebody else, a little slower, more bigger, more possession type receiver to go along with him. You got Cole Kmet in there, Tyler Scott, the young boy. And who knows, they might even take another receiver in the draft. Who knows? I'm excited. This is a big move. I'm not mad at it at all. As far as money goes, I think he's due 18 million this season coming up. So it's a little steep. That's a steep price. That's more than DJ Moore is making. So, but I'm okay with that as well. We had a little bit of money to spend. We didn't spend too much in free agency. I talked about DeAndre Swift the other day. Also, Kevin Byard and what's his name? The tight end from the same team, the Chargers, Gerald Everett. So we didn't spend too much money this offseason. We had a little bit of money to spend. I'm ecstatic. And this move almost screams Caleb Williams, that we're drafting Caleb Williams. Some people may not agree with that, and that's fine. To me, this screams Caleb Williams, and I'm all here for it. Look, Keenan Allen, this is probably the best situation of rookie quarterback, a number 1 pick rookie quarterback has dropped into in a long time. I'd have to actually do my history and look and see. But, man, you got to be excited to be a Bears fan right now. Also, I think this almost screams trade number 9. Like I said, we only got 4 picks. We still got some holes to fill. I think we're going to trade that number 9 pick. We'll see. But I wouldn't mind trading that number 9 pick either. I just wanted to touch base on the Keenan Allen move before we move into these press conferences. I originally scheduled this show to discuss the press conferences and watch those live, but I had to talk about the big ass news with Keenan Allen. So, but hey, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, the Black Bear Podcast, one word. You can also follow the page on Facebook, the Black Bear Podcast. So we're gonna get into these press conferences. Look, I briefly covered, I wanted to briefly talk about the Keenan Allen move before I moved on. Because this Saturday, the Black Bear Podcast will be live with a bunch of guests, everybody giving their opinion on all the moves that has been made by the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles up till now. This Saturday, we will go in depth about the Keenan Allen. We'll go in depth about Gerald Everett, go in depth about DeAndre Swift, the two offensive linemen centers that we have, which I think they're going to be battling that out for that starting position, and all of our free agent signings. So tune in this Saturday. It's going to be a very engaging show. It's going to be a dope show, to say the least. It's going to be a bunch of guys up here talking. So be on the lookout for that this Saturday. We go live every Saturday. So don't miss out on that. All right. With that being said, we're going to move on to the press conferences because I didn't want to bury the lead with the Keenan Allen thing. This show was scheduled to discuss these press conferences, and we're about to do that now. We're gonna look at Kevin Byard, and then we're gonna look at DeAndre Swift right after. Here he is.
Our way. Kevin, what attracted you about the Bears and what they're building?
Well, first and foremost, it's a blessing to be here. I've gone on year 9 in this league. To be playing this long, or to even get to this year 9 has been a huge blessing. Something I've dreamed about as a kid. But for the Bears specifically, this defense, I really like what Coach Matt is building here. Just as a team, there's a lot of things to be excited about. But like I said, this defense has a lot of great pieces here for sure.
A lot of people
especially
like
in the
this
secondary.
defense,
Obviously,
what
just signed
Eberflus been
Jalen
able to do
to a
with
big
this
extension. I
defense.
really think highly of him. He's a really great player. And obviously, getting with Brisker, Jaquan, I think he's going to be he's a really good extended player as well. But obviously, a lot of people from Kyler Gordon, and obviously Tyreek Stevenson was a rookie last year. So like was doing the secondary, and
He did his
obviously
homework. He
Montez
know
Sweat,
about all them young boys.
who obviously brought into trade. Actually, Montez went to my rival high school, Stevenson High School down in Georgia. So like I
Okay.
said, a lot of great pieces, and obviously 2 really good linebackers. So excited about this defense, and just excited about the prospect of what we can build in this team, and the challenge of obviously trying to knock Detroit off the high horse.
When you sat down to look at this defensive backfield, how much did you know already, and how much did you need to learn? And you mentioned a couple of these guys by names. What do you think of their game?
Well, first and foremost, I watch a ton of film, obviously. So probably like
He likes saying obviously. That's his word. Come on, get it together. Oh, well. Ad. Let me mute this. We don't listen to ads. All right, here we go.
half of the year last season, I was just kind of, obviously stuff like that was popping up on film, how well those guys were playing. But like I said, I mean, I know a lot of these guys. Obviously, I've been watching.
He basically
Brisker
said it
and
was hard
Jalen
not
Johnson.
to hear about that.
Obviously, Kyler Gordon, the slot, he's a twitchy guy too. He's really good. And Tyreek Stevenson was a rookie last year, so I think he played pretty good as well too. So that's like I said, just kind of watching them on film and kind of just seeing the guys they had. Now, obviously, I feel like it could be a really good piece to kind of add into the secondary from a leadership perspective for sure.
The vision that Coach Eberflus shared with you about what he wants that defensive backfield to do this year.
Would it be successful? I mean, to be great. I think that's
Byard would be our
anybody
oldest
on his
defensive
team.
back, and he's
want to come in
30.
and play well, and obviously for
Everybody
myself,
else is 24 and
be a
under.
playmaker that I've always been in.
Jalen Johnson will probably start the
obviously,
season
come in to
at
be myself.
age 25.
Obviously, I'm going to be one of the elder statesmen on the back end. So
There you go.
like I said, just that leadership perspective, coming in, doing everything the right way, and leading by example, but also vocally as well. So
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for sure.
Are you motivated by, you talk about being an elder statesman, are you motivated by trying to show that you can still run with those guys at 30?
Nah, not at all. I'm not motivated.
And things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that's a motivation. I find motivation every single year, but my motivation for me is just continue to do what I've been doing in my
Keep
career.
doing what you've been doing for 8
Not
years.
necessarily worry about age or nothing like that. I think my film proved that I can still run. I can still do all those good things. So like I said, I'm excited about the prospect of being one of the. I've been a vet for a while in the league now, but I'm just excited about the younger guys and things that I've obviously seen on film, but continues to be a resource. You know what I'm saying? I think at this point, it's all about service. You know what I'm saying? Servicing this team,
Yes,
servicing this
sir.
community, but obviously servicing these guys in the locker room as much as I can.
You got to see this defense up close during your time in Tennessee. What appeals to you about the fit in a Matt Eberflus defense for you?
Yeah, like I said, I played against Matt. He was in Indianapolis for a while, so I obviously played against him. But like I said, just in this defense period, I just see a hungry defense. I see guys that want to be successful. I see guys having fun, playing together, making plays, and
Them
you
boys
wanna be a
do
part
have
of
a
something
lot
like
of fun
that.
on this defense.
So that's what kind of is
second
very
half of the
exciting for me.
season, at
And
least.
like I said, just having a lot of pieces already kind of in place on this defense, I could just come in and do what I need to do to help this team and help this defense, take it to the next level.
It's been the key for your health. I mean, to go 9 years and not have major injuries, especially at a position that's so physical. How have you been able to do that?
Come on, don't
First and foremost,
jinx
I've been
it.
blessed.
Don't jinx his
You know,
health.
this game, Mike Brady's always had this quote. He'd tell the team like it's 100% guaranteed injury rate. At some point you're going to get either injured,
You
hurt,
will
banged
be
up, whatever
hurt.
it may be.
Yes.
But I've been blessed. I think I take body maintenance and just my career very seriously when it comes to off the field recovery, nutrition, doing all those things. And I think that that's something that not necessarily that I can bring to the team or bring to the guys, but just watching me and how I take care of my body and things like that.
The man hasn't missed the game.
They say availability is your best ability, and so that's been definitely one of my best abilities for sure.
How do you
I
want to
hate
be
that.
a
I
leader
hate
when you come into a
when
new
people
team? You
say
talk
that.
about being a resource for the younger
People
guys.
be
What are the
available and
tangible things?
suck.
What do you usually do to become a leader, especially with a new group of guys?
Well, the first thing I always try to do with any group of guys is first earn their respect. And I think one of the best ways you earn their respect is by showing up every single day, working extremely hard, studying in the classroom, practicing. I've never missed practice before in my career, other than for the birth of my children. But being available, being there, being a good
Not
resource.
one missed
And I think
practice?
once you earn their respect, you can kind of gain that, not leverage, but you kind of gain just that respect of the guys. So then you can actually vocally
Leading by example, like you
kind of have a
said.
little bit of clout with the guys, I would say. So that's the first thing I want to do: earn the respect of my teammates, my coaches, everybody in the building, to let guys know that how much I really care and how much this thing means to me. And I think that's just one of the few ways that you start off by being a leader, just by earning guys' respect.
So you've never missed an NFL practice due to injury?
Correct.
That's crazy. Here we go. We got another one. I'm gonna mute it real quick. We not doing that. All right, here we go. Oh, damn, y'all gonna give us another one? I know they don't say 30 seconds. Oh, hell no. Let me see something. Oh, I can skip it. My bad. Okay, right back to it. That's crazy. 30 seconds is crazy.
I wanted to have some vet days off and nothing like that, but materialized just yet.
Well, you keep that going. You mentioned that Coach Eberflus's defense from your time in Tennessee and from watching film. What do you make of him as a play caller? It's something he took over here last year, and the defense seemed to turn around pretty good.
Well, I don't know yet. Obviously, I haven't been in the huddle or nothing like that. I don't know the calls. I haven't went over no football stuff just yet.
Right.
But football is
Just
football.
getting in the building.
Defense, there's only so many ways you can run cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, whatever it may be. So I'm excited, obviously, to get into the film room and get into the playbook and kind of see how they do things differently here. A lot of it's probably just going to be mostly terminology. I played a lot of defenses. So
I'm glad he
I
said
can get with a
that.
coordinator for a little bit, I can kind of start to anticipate what type of calls he's going to make. So I want to be able to be that second coach on the field,
That quarterback of the defense,
that communicator on the back end.
Yes,
Kevin,
sir.
you mentioned a lot of the names on this defense and the direction you see this team going in. At what point did you really kind of inform yourself on the guys in this group and kind of the direction of this team? And how do you view that moving forward, like what this team can really be?
I mean, I think that's something that we're going to build during OTAs and build during training camp, our identity. Because I think every single year that you're in this league, every single year you have to reestablish yourself.
Yep.
I know these guys were, coming off of the second half of the year, they was playing pretty good. But I think you always have to try to reset the clock and reset everything and go out there and go earn it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think we have the pieces, but it's all about putting it together. Last year's success doesn't dictate this year's success at all. So, like I said, I'm excited about the guys that we do have, but at the end of the day, we got to go out there and put the work in and come together and bond together. And like I said, I think if we have the pieces, so it's all about putting the work in.
Kevin, when discussions between you and the Bears started, did the uncertainty at the quarterback position make you hesitant at all with coming to Chicago, or is that even a fact?
Why would
Not
that
at
factor in?
all. My responsibility is be the best safety that I can possibly be
Right.
for this
Why would
organization.
quarterback affect him?
And
Come on
that's
now.
what I do, and that's what I'm going to do.
Terrible
I
question,
don't make
Nicholas
those decisions.
Moriano.
Obviously, they don't pay me enough, and I'm not high enough in the organization to even be a part of those discussions. So those type of things don't matter, in my opinion. I think I've been in this league long enough to know that if you got a good guy behind center, we can do some great things. And I think no matter what decision that they make as an organization, I think it'd be the right one.
Kevin,
Yep.
you're a two-time All-Pro, two-time Pro Bowler. We got traded. Obviously, the Eagles made a decision to move on. How does that kind of fuel your fire to show that that was a mistake? You still are at the top of your game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I've never been in the business of trying to prove anybody wrong. I've always been in the business of proving myself right. Just over my entire career, I've always been, rather if it was underrated or anything like that. I just always, like I said, I just try to prove myself right. I know what type of player that I am. I know what type of player I've been my entire career. And I will seek to prove myself right again. I've been working my behind off already this off season. So like I said, I'm excited to come in and be that piece for this defense. And display my ball hawking skills and things like that. I'm sure with the pieces that we have, it'll be on show for real.
Let's
Kevin,
go,
you get
Kev.
released earlier this month, and then I think it was 9 days later you're signing. What was it like exploring your options at that point? Did you get a sense of how many teams were really looking at you
The
and what made
Bears
you want to get
signed
this
him
done
before
in
free
the
agency
fast manner
opened
you did?
Yeah, I mean,
because he was released.
it was new for me for
So he
sure.
was able
Never
to go
been a
ahead
free
and
agent
get him.
before. I wouldn't say it was like nerve wracking or anything like that. Obviously, I knew I would bounce on my feet pretty quickly. But like I said, when I obviously got the call from my agent about the Bears and things like that, it was exciting for me. It was an exciting prospect. Obviously, already knowing the team, kind of going down the roster and the pieces that we have, I'm always up for a really good challenge. And I think just with this division and the team that they have, the young guys and just the energy around here, I think it's gonna be an exciting time this year. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Go from all those years in Tennessee and then get traded mid-season and start 10 games. Like, what went into that? Because that seems like doesn't seem like a pretty easy thing to pick up a brand new defense and
Yeah, he
leap
went
back
to
to
a
right
defense
away.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind for
defensive
sure.
backs were
'Cause I think we had just
terrible
got back
in
from London. I got
Philly.
traded like on a Monday or something like that. It was a whirlwind. I'm not oblivious to the fact that guys change teams all the time in this league. But for me, obviously being somewhere for so long, I'm a big routine, regimen-based guy, and so kind of all that getting thrown off and going up to Philly. But I mean, being a professional football player, it's our job to make the hard look easy.
Yep.
Nobody cares if you got traded midway through the year. Just kind of what we had to deal with as a team. But I definitely think that I did
Lace
as best
him
as I
up and
could with the
handle your
situation.
business, regardless of what happens.
Never missed a practice, never missed a game there either.
That's
Did
insane.
everything I
That is
possibly could to
crazy.
be a piece of
Iron
that
Man.
defense. It just didn't work out, and sometimes that's just like. But like I said, I think I played pretty well. On the as far as what the circumstances was there.
Kevin, you mentioned Jaquan. Have you reached out to him, and how do you envision your pairing together?
Yeah, well, a few guys on defense already reached out, and I know a couple guys on the team. I played with Blasingame in Tennessee, Nate Davis, DeMarcus Walker too. But he reached out, and I think we'll get together sometime this offseason, train a little bit to kind of start that bonding process early. So,
Yep.
like I said, I'm excited. I played with a guy in Tennessee, Kenny Vaccaro, who was a really good safety for us. I kind of see that, see a lot of him, in both of those guys. He's a really good player, guy that likes to talk, and guys like to hit. So, love playing with a guy like that.
That was Kevin Byard. That's crazy. I did not know he didn't miss a practice. That's I don't know many play. I don't think any players on this whole entire roster can say that they have not missed a practice due to injury. Next, we about to get into this DeAndre Swift press conference because he went next. He went after him, but It's not as long. It's not nearly as long. I think he spoke for about 7 minutes. So let me get this propped up. Oh shit! All right, DeAndre Swift. I like the signing. It's not a crazy expensive signing. We could have went expensive. We was in on Saquon Barkley as well, but we got outbid there. So we got DeAndre Swift, and here we go. DeAndre Swift.
Why did you want to come to
Ultimately, it came down to where I was wanted at the most. I feel like this was the best decision for me.
Yeah,
best
we
opportunity
wanted
for me,
Saquon Barkley too, but
with
we got
everything that was out
outbidded
there.
on him.
So I
So
feel like I made the best decision.
we'll take
I'm
you.
excited to be here. Excited to be a Bear.
DeAndre, you're coming off a career year in Philadelphia. What do you
1,000-yard rusher.
breakthrough in terms of your production last year too?
Just thankful for the opportunity, especially that Philly gave me to go out there and have the opportunity to produce first and foremost. But how I prepared my mentality,
He's
the way
behind
I
that
attack work
stud
each and every
offensive
day,
line in Philly.
that's kind of how I got there.
He don't say too much though.
Bears
I
signed
still
you really
he
quickly once free agency started. How much was it apparent that you were a priority for them?
Just talking to my agent, couple conversations with him, I kind of knew that the Bears wanted me, so it was kind of made an easy situation, easy
like he
decision for me
said, he wanted to
kind of
go
wrap
where
my mind
somebody
around where I
wanted him.
wanted to. I mean, continue my career next.
Have you talked with Shane Waldron yet? How do you have a feel for how you're going to fit in the scheme?
Former
Not yet.
Detroit
Just,
Lion.
got a chance to introduce myself to
DeAndre
him.
Swift.
I'm sure we'll get to know
Hit
each other
that
a little
like
bit more,
button,
talk
subscribe to the channel,
ball
the
a
Black
little
Bear
bit, but,
Podcast.
just
One
introducing
word.
myself to the guys and the coaching staff and everybody in the building first and foremost.
How do you envision it working out in the backfield with you and Khalil and Roshan?
It's a great running back room.
That's your
real familiar with
backfield,
it before I got
DeAndre.
here. A lot of talent in running back
Take
room.
the keys. I do not like Khalil
However it
Herbert.
play out, I don't expect anything coming into it. I'm going to come here and work and earn
Who you
whatever
expect to be the
role
starter? Chill
that,
out.
that they have for me.
Did they pitch you on a role as part of recruiting you? And
No, I'm not. They didn't. That's just how my mentality is. They didn't pitch a role or say anything about a role. I'm just saying I'm going to earn whatever they give me. You know what I mean?
Were you tight with Justin Fields at Georgia?
Yeah, that's just my guy.
Hell no.
Has he talked to you? Have you heard
Okay,
from
he
him
played
or
with Justin
since you
in
signed?
Georgia.
I have not.
When you're
Justin didn't play in
researching and
Georgia.
putting everything into making the best decision, I'm sure you want to look at the quarterback situation. And what kind of questions do you have to this team about what they're looking to do, and how important was that to you?
That's the decision for the people up in
Stop
North
asking
offices.
these
I
dudes
can't really
about the
focus on that too much.
quarterback
I have to
position,
worry
bro.
about
They just
my
doing their
job,
job
my
and
task at
making
hand.
millions.
So I'm sure that's a decision that they will make.
Andrew, did you know Fields was going to be what he is now when you were with him? He didn't play a whole lot at the year you were at Georgia. Did you see it then in him, or what were your impressions then?
I've always been a Justin Fields fan from Georgia when he was in high school. Once I first found out about him, I feel like he hasn't even touched the ceiling of who he can be. So I'm excited to see him keep going.
They didn't give any hints what they're doing at quarterback when they recruited you?
Nah.
As a back, as you try to get familiarity with the offense you're going to be in, what are you curious to learn when you finally get a chance to talk the football stuff and figure out what the system is?
Always looking to learn. Always looking to learn. Always looking to learn to get better. Ways to get better. Asking coaches what they see out of my game that I can get better on and work on throughout
Yeah,
this
I
time
used to
off.
do that a
Then
lot.
when
I need to
come back,
know.
when the team comes back, that I can work on, and then that they see that I worked on it. So always looking to get better at things.
What am I doing?
that
What
they
do I
see.
do? What am I doing out there that you see that I can get
whatever
better on?
offense
I
you're
like
put
that.
Playmaking ability. A team first guy, great locker room guy. Guy that wants to win. First and foremost, that's what it's all about. Guy that's gonna come in here, like I said, work every single day. Same mentality every single day. Looking forward
Yup.
to winning and just getting the most out
I'm
of
gonna
it.
need
That's
you to
all.
run
City and
hard
organization
every
gonna get
single
that.
game.
Along those same lines, how would you describe yourself as a player? Obviously, you've been a pretty good receiver throughout your career to go with your running ability.
Versatility,
I feel
yes,
like
he
God
brings
blessed me a lot of
versatility.
ability
I
to
love
kind of
that.
do a little bit of everything, and I say that because I know the amount of work that I put in, so I'm comfortable with saying I can do everything.
any memories stand out for you playing against the Bears all those years?
Memories.
Yeah, you dropped the game-winning
Couple good
touchdown.
ones.
You dropped the
Had a
game-winning
couple
touchdown.
plays that I remember that we ain't got to talk about. I'm a Chicago Bear now, so it don't matter now. I'm just
I remember.
happy to be a Bear.
As somebody who's played in the division, though, What opportunity or what kind of opportunity do you think you have now for the Bears? And what opportunity do the Bears have? You know, you've got, Aaron Rodgers isn't in it anymore. The Lions are coming off an unprecedented season. The Vikings have their issues at quarterback. It seems like
the division wide open. Yeah,
Wide
100%.
open,
I feel like the
wide
division
open, man.
is wide open.
Let's
Wants to
go
take,
Bears.
it's gonna
Come
take
on.
hard work. Ain't gonna come overnight. You got to put the work in.
You gotta
gotta
work.
grind for it. But I feel like we could do it.
DeAndre, you had a career high 175 yards rushing against the Vikings last season. Career high for you. What do you remember about that game?
I was just that game. It was special. That game was special. Being back home for the first time, first home game, just having the opportunity to get those carries, the opportunities to get the attempts to kind of make stuff happen.
Yeah, he had the
that
most
game, I was just
carries of his
locked in.
career
It was,
last
I
season.
was blocking out the crowd, everything. It was one I remember. Yeah, for sure.
DeAndre, as a running back, would you prefer to get more carries throughout a game to get a feel to kind of get into that groove that you were just kind of talking about? Or how does that kind of work for a running back, especially here when there's multiple guys that come?
Yeah, I would say for any back, I feel like
You won't
you
carry.
kind of need touches to kind of get
You
a feel
need
for the
to
game.
get
Every game
going,
is different.
to rhythm.
I was
Like
I think I
shooters
speak
need
for
to
any running back.
shoot
You
to
kind of
get
need touches
going.
to kind of get a feel for the game, and the more touches you get, the game kind of slows down for you. It becomes a little bit. I wouldn't say easier.
You can
but,
see how
make a little bit more things happen.
defenders are reacting to certain
Obviously in
plays.
Detroit, as they were starting to begin their climb. What do you take away from that experience of watching a team come from the lower ranks and start to make that climb?
I wasn't surprised at all. The way Dan is, the way the culture has been set since he got there. The way the players buy into it. They do a
He
great
keep it
job over
100. I
there,
like
say.
that. Ain't
What
no
was important to
cap
you
in
with
his
your
rap.
free agent options and where you could go? What really stood out? What made the Bears the fit for you?
I said, at the end of the day, it came down to
Who wanted him?
who wanted me in the building.
Yep, he said that
That's
already.
kind of where
You just wasted a
rather be.
question asking a question that was already
are there
asked.
ways to show that beyond money? I mean, I know the money is nice, but how did you feel about it?
Just talking to my agent, he was telling me I'm trusting in him and what he's telling me and information that he's giving me. So kind of made the decision easy for me, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
You do in Monday. Obviously, it's a day where you don't know how quickly things are going to come together. And then
Stressing. No, I was laying down. I was in the laying down with my phone next to me. In the room in the house by myself. Really kind of didn't want to be around too many people. Kind of gathered in my thoughts. Just waiting for my agent to let me know something.
let
But
him know.
it's a moment I'd never forget.
is it relieving how quickly it came together?
Once
Of
I got the
course.
call, yeah.
Of course,
Crazy.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Do you keep tabs on the other running backs? Obviously, it's been a big week for backs moving around and getting.
Yeah, I see all the stuff
He
that
see it.
transpires and all the transactions. It's been a lot of moving parts for running backs this offseason, I'd say.
You said it's a moment you'll never forget. What about it was so special and unforgettable for you?
Just knowing it's another step in the journey.
Next chapter.
my
Like,
journey.
come on with these questions,
I
man.
say it like that. Just something I never forget. Like being able to be home for a year and then packing up and starting the next chapter in my life. Basically, that's
Next,
what
I
would say.
knew he was gonna say that. This is my first time watching these press conferences. It's just I know how this shit go.
Do you think that a lot of guys getting paid this offseason has remedied that at all or made that better?
I feel like everybody's situation a little bit different. I
How
would
much
say.
we got? Are they rapping? That's up.
It's tough to say because I know where the running back salary market was once at, but I don't. It's a different day and age right now, so I can't really
Yep.
speak on everybody's situation. Like it's just kind of a little bit different. But from last year, I would say it's trending in the right direction.
I wonder where he from. I know he went to Georgia, but where he from?
Detroit. What do you like about the vibe here and what Matt Eberflus and Ryan Paulson?
I just got here today, but I could tell it's family oriented,
Mhm.
especially the McCaskey family and
Mom
how
and pop.
things that I've heard. Thank them for allowing me to be a part of this tremendous organization. Mr. Poles for believing me, trusting me for bringing me in first and foremost. But I could tell it's a family oriented place. The people in the people I just met, in the cafeteria, everybody smiling.
He
happy.
just got there.
seem like a
Like,
place
come
where
on,
you
he
wanna
don't
come to
even
work
know
every
what
day.
to say for real.
Thank you.
Nice meeting
The
you.
Andre Swift. Look, I like the signing. I'm not mad at it at all. Not too much money. I don't think. I know some people have issues with the money, but I don't think that the money is an issue to me. I mean, look, look, I'm marking it right here, right now. The Chicago Bears will be in the playoffs next year. Whether it's with Justin Fields or Caleb Williams, I think it's gonna be Caleb. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Caleb, and I want it to be Caleb, but I love Justin too. And I'm tired of saying that. But yeah, so look, the Keenan Allen news dropped. Keenan, I get it. He's getting a little up there in age, 31, 32, but I showed y'all his numbers. I showed y'all the numbers. I'll pop them back up. 108 catches, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. He did miss 4 games. He played 13 games, missed 4, but I will take it, get 13 games out of him. We're gonna wrap it up right. We're gonna wrap it up with that. Like I said, tune in this Saturday. We will be live, and we will be live every Saturday going forward. The Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. Follow the page, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, follow the page on Facebook. I'm your host, Mark Robb. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.